Hello guys, we are here for our Facebook Live today and we're going to make this adorable Boho Vibes card using the Boho Vibes suite. The stamp set and bundle is actually called Sunshine Vibes, but it's the best suite and it's new in the catalog. So let me point you down here. I was lucky enough to earn a trip, which only 1% of Stampin' Up Demonstrators earn. Just a disclaimer, to Orlando last week for Stampin' Up, and they treated us and spoiled us. But one of my favorite things about that trip each year is that we swap with other people. So this was my swap, and I wanted to use something brand new. This was not on the demonstrator pre-order, so it had just arrived days before I left. It is available now for everyone, so everyone can order this. But it is called the Boho Vibe Suite, and it's got, it's a low price point for the whole suite, $63.50. And I'm going to show you how you can get all of it for just about nothing. My name is Kay Cogbill. My business is called Paper Made Prettier, and I would love it if you followed me on Paper Made Prettier. I have, I'm on YouTube as Paper Made Prettier. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you won't miss a video. I do videos every week. And then you can also find me on Facebook as Paper Made Prettier. So lots of places to find me. Lots of fun. All right. Keep this close. Let me just get started with this card. So I started with a new color called Secret Sea. This is almost a black navy, like it's very very dark navy, and I ran it through this embossing folder called, I wrote this down for you, Plaster Painting 3D embossing folder. Okay, so I went ahead and already did that, and I just cut it just a bit smaller than the card base of the same color. If you run the whole card base through there, it just doesn't look that good. So I always do a layer through my embossing folder. So that's that, and then you're going to need the second thing from the Boho Vibes suite, which is the stamp set and the dies. So obviously the dies are the star of the show here, in my opinion. And I mean, I love the stamp set for sure. I especially love this Darling. I just think that's cute. But we've got lots of different rainbows that stack and nest inside of each other. So we're going to show you how that works. And this is also a great opportunity for you to use, to learn how to use adhesive sheets, okay? And dang, I forgot to include that on my starter kit. So we'll slip it in there somehow on the next page. So I'm going to start with actually a circle that I cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. And we're gonna get a little, it's always good when you're using these see-through or photopolymer stamps. It's always a good idea to get Stampin' Pierce mat underneath it to get great contact. So we're gonna, now I've put both of these stamps on one block, but you can mix all these sayings around to get lots of different cute sayings. So this is just gonna say, hello darling, precious, and set that aside. Now I'm going to show you how we're gonna get these little pieces with the die cuts. So I'm going to demonstrate the Darling Duckling one for you. I use this one for the Secret Sea. I actually suggest for this card, if you're going to do multiples, this die is the same size and it's a little bit easier. It doesn't have so many little holes to poke out. And then also for this card, I use this little squiggly die. So we're going to use this one, and this one, or that one. That's what we use there. Okay, so the way that you use adhesive sheets, I think this is something that not everyone knows. and it's worth learning because they're super cool. So our adhesive sheets come in these packages of 12 sheets, and their dimensions are 6 by 12. 12 is, you know, card scrapbooker type size of paper. So what you're going to do is, if I don't know if you can tell by this, but this adhesive sheet comes in strips. So I'll just demonstrate here. Okay, and what you need is this piece. No, I always have to touch it. You need this piece, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, okay, set it down. Actually, let me get a little bit bigger. This is the piece that I need. We're going to take a sticker adhesive sheets, and I'm just gonna, I know this is gonna run through my embossing machine. I'm using my mini embossing machine today. So we're just gonna cut off enough of this adhesive sheet that it's gonna fit our die. So this is kind of how do you conserve your adhesive sheets and your cardstock. So when we're just gonna cut one, if you're gonna cut multiples, which is what I did, I just took a big sheet and spread the adhesive sheets down it and just start cutting, okay? But I'm just gonna cut one here. So I'm cutting down my little adhesive sheet to the size of my paper. Now, this is gonna come off in 2 pieces, which is fine. You don't have to line them up exactly. Taking this off. Now, the sticky is here. And we are gonna turn that upside down on our cardstock, okay? So now all the sticky is taken care of. Hello. Good to see you guys. We have Joan and Eineke. You'll have to tell me how you pronounce your name. I would love to know. Okay. So now, I always have to think about this. You don't want to put your die like this because you're not trying to cut out the adhesive sheet. You're trying to cut out the cardstock. So just think about it that way. And also think about how it's going to end up being a sticker, right? So this is going to need to be on the back. That's kind of in my little mind how I remember what size to cut. Now, you also want to make sure your adhesive sheet is a little bit smaller than your cardstock. Oh, hello from the Netherlands. Fantastic. So you want it to be a little bit smaller, otherwise you're going to get a bunch of adhesive in your embossing machine. All right, so then we take our little piece that we've gotten adhesive sheet on. We're going to put the cardstock facing towards you and stick that right in the middle or wherever. Now, if you don't get adhesive on every single square inch of that piece that you die cut, that's perfectly fine. You're getting most of it. And of course, you could stick this piece down with liquid glue, but you can see this little squiggly piece, that would be really hard. That's where I reach for my adhesive sheets. And then I was like, you know what? As long as I'm cutting multiples, I think I'm just gonna run all of them through adhesive sheets. And it was really fast to make. I had to make 24 of these. It was really fast to make them that way. So now we basically have created a sticker with that adhesive sheet. I've already cut this one out for you and this one out for you. So you can see that the colors I used here are Cajun Craze, and you can see how I just covered that cardstock with, first I cut the cardstock to fit the machine, then I cover it with adhesive sheets. So that's how you would do that. There's the Darling Duckling, and then here's the Secret Sea piece, okay? And then I just keep these because someday down the road you might want to cut something else with that. So I have a little folder where I keep all my cardstock that has adhesive sheets on it. All right, so there's a few little dots here that you probably can't see that I'm gonna poke out. This is the cutest little die, but you are gonna need to have a little bit of time there to do that. All right, so now what I did is I went ahead and started with my largest rainbow and start peeling off these adhesive sheets. And you want to do it kind of gently because it just sticks better. I mean, it just doesn't. So I hold it up here and then I set it down like this. Center it left to right and then just kind of let it go there. Smash it around, okay? And then what I'm going to do is come in with my smallest arch, which is this secret C. And I'm gonna line it up with the bottom of the, what do you call that, Darling Duckling color. And then that way I can come in with my Cajun Craze one and center it. So that's the way I suggest that you put your rainbows together, is that you do the top and the bottom and then you can center this piece in the middle, if that makes any sense. So then, and this one can kind of, you can kind of manipulate where it goes because it's thin. So that's how you can get that one kind of stuck in the middle, okay? And it's boho, it's vibey. It doesn't have to be symmetrical, all right? And then I'm going to find my card base again. But that's how you use adhesive sheets. Now, I've cut a piece of this designer paper, 5 1/4 by 4. This is the pattern I've used. This is called Boho Vibes designer paper, and I tried to pull out one pattern of each from the set, and I'll go through this really quick for you. We have so many cute patterns here. This is this pattern. I didn't have a full sheet of that to show you. Aren't these cute? I mean, so cheery and fresh, but not like blatantly like typical rainbow. This is a fun little kick on rainbows, and I love it. Love it, love it. All right, now what we're gonna do with this piece is we're just gonna, this is not, it's not hard. You're just gonna take it at the corner and fold it over, just like that. You're not gonna get in your head about it. You're just gonna fold it, okay? A bone folder, you can take a bone folder and smash that down if you want. And if we weren't putting the circle on it, you could put a dimensional there, but since we are, then what I did is I just, for good measure, took some adhesive runner and just smack that down, get it out of the way. And then I'm gonna go all the way around the edge of this because you are sticking this down to your embossed layer. And anytime you have an embossed layer, there's a lot going on there. Now, you can leave this top open. If you, even on this card, you could stick a little piece of, you could stick something in there like a little present for someone. I did not, the card is the present, but you could use it. A little seed packet or something like that. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna do is pop this little circle up with dimensionals. I accidentally stamped all my circles, so I used the back of it. That's one of the great things about our basic white paper, is that it's so thick that you can stamp on both sides and no one ever knows. Okay, and then we're gonna pop this down like so. And then the last cutest part of this card are the boho. These are called muted palette dots, okay? And we've got petal pink, darling duckling, cloud cover, and then this looks like kind of a mossy meadow. So we're gonna come in with our 3 little dots, and I'm going to, I just kind of like put them on their corresponding color just to kind of make a fun little game of it there. And I will just put this one, I won't put them on all their colors because there's not 3 here. Let's put a smaller, let's put one of these here. Perfect. So you just want to make a triangle with your embellishments, which is what I did there. And then, of course, you could stick a piece of white in there, which I didn't do, for people to be able to write inside. I think my name in English is Inika. Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. I'm so glad you were watching, and hello from Washington State. Fantastic. Hello, Faye. All right, so that's the whole card. Super cute. Now let me show you how you can get everything to make this card. So right now, Stampin' Up! Has the best deal on a starter kit if you are watching this in May. If you're watching this after May of 2025, then you can still get a great deal. But right now, the starter kit is $165 for $99. So that means you can get the whole suite, the Cajun cardstock, the Secret Sea cardstock, the Darling Duckling cardstock, the plaster painting 3D embosser folder, basic white cardstock, and stylish shape styles for $160-$150. If you don't already have the adhesive sheets, you could change that out for the basic white cardstock. Probably around the same price point. And then without the starter kit, your total would have been $193. That's with tax and shipping. But with the starter kit, you don't pay shipping, and you get $165 for $99 anyway. So the starter kit plus tax is $107.50. So you can do this math. That's a huge, huge benefit. And then you can get 25% off, 20% off your future orders. So message me, make a long wish list from the catalog, and then message me, and I can help you get your whole boho vibe suite and everything you need to make super cute cards. Thanks for watching. Bye.